Hi viewers, in this video I will demonstrate the feature compute and storage in Db2 console. The navigation hierarchy for feature compute and storage is Home, Administration, Select DB, Compute and Storage. Before jumping into demonstration video, let's look into different types of scaling. 1. Manual scaling. Scaling means adjusting the resources like CPU, memory, storage of your database instance to handle more or less work. Second, auto scaling. Auto scaling means the system automatically increases resources when it detects you are running low without you doing anything manually. Let's discuss about different key features of compute and storage. What is scaling? Scaling means increasing or decreasing the resource like storage, RAM, CPU assigned your DB2 instance to match current workload demands. IBM manages the infrastructure entirely. You simply choose how much resource you need. What you can scale. You can independently scale three resources storage: disk space for data and logs, RAM, memory for query processing, and CPU, virtual cores for parallel execution. Each can be adjusted separately based on where the bottleneck actually is. Scale up versus scale out DB2 CaaS uses vertical scaling, increasing capacity on your existing instance rather than adding new servers. This keeps the setup simple while still handling significant growth in workload size and complexity. How to scale manually? Manually scaling is done through the IBM Cloud Console by adjusting sliders for each resource with a live cost estimate shown before you confirm. Changes apply immediately. Storage and RAM adjustment may involve a brief restart. Storage is one way. Storage can only be increased, never decreased. So every increase is permanent and built going forward. Always plan storage growth carefully and avoid over provisioning speculatively. When to scale? A good rule of thumb is to scale up any resource that sustains above 80% utilization for an extended period. The IBM Cloud Console displays live utilization bars for CPU, RAM, and storage to help you spot this quickly. Auto scaling. Auto scaling lets you define threshold and step size to IBM Cloud scales resources automatically when utilization crosses a limit. No manual intervention needed. It is scale up only. Resources will not shrink automatically when demand drops. Cost implications. All scaling activity, manual or automatic, is logged in IBM Cloud Activity Tracker and live matrices are available via IBM Cloud Monitoring. Since billing is based on allocated resources, not actual usage, always scale back down manually after temporary load spikes to avoid unnecessary cost. Let's look into scaling and auto scaling in detail with console. After logging into CaaS console, from the left side, we can select administration, console. From the right side corner, we can select database settings button. The DB2 list will be available, or the user can select administration and select database to see the list of DBs. Select an available DB. Under administration, the features will be listed out. From the search bar, we can search for compute and storage, or we can scroll down to see compute and storage tab. Under compute and storage tab, there will be two subtabs, scaling and history. The scaling tab will be show different types of storage units. The auto scaling will be by default enabled. Under history, storage allocation, compute allocation graphs will be available, and the history of the scaling will be updated once we trigger the scaling. The different types of parameters under scaling will be available. Under compute and storage resource section, we can view compute, vCPU, RAM, bandwidth, storage unit, IOPS, etc. Under storage auto scaling, we can see different parameters of auto scaling. We can see edit button. From the edit panel, we can select different types of profiles. In each profile, the vCPU, RAM, bandwidth, etc. will be available. For trigger the scaling, we can click on the change. The storage unit will show the units and the IOPS that user can update. The default value will be 50 for storage unit. The user can update by multiples of 20 from the range of 50 to 39950. The units will be updated in GBs. For IOPS, the default value will be 400. The users can update from 400 to 4000 by multiples of 100. For triggering scale up or auto scaling, from the right corner, we can click on the edit panel. The edit icon will show the edit panel. The user can change different parameters under the storage, IOPS values. The user need to confirm with the latest updated scale storage with estimated cost. After click on the confirm, the scale will be triggered. Once the task triggered, it will take some time to complete the scale up. Once the scale up or auto scaling started, it will be available under notification. Under scaling tab, a notification banner will be available with showing updating your resources. The notification panel will show under which Db2 the scaling triggered and the time of the scaling started. In auto scaling, we can enable or disable by checking the checkbox and click on the save button to update with the latest parameters or enabling or disabling the auto scaling. A new pop-up will be shows with the details of auto scaling. Once the user click on confirm, the auto scaling changes will be saved. After scale up completed, under scaling tab, user's resource update is completed will show. And in the notification tab, user can see scaling success. Under history tab, the user can see the list of scale updates and a graph with the latest storage allocation and compute allocation. A few key things to keep in mind. The storage is irreversible, so you can only increase, never decrease it. Auto scaling only goes up. It doesn't shrink resources when loads drops. You must scale down manually. Set a maximum limit on auto scaling to protect against runaway cost. Thank you for watching the video.